All right, thanks for joining us. KSL Live at 5 starts now.
Coming up next on Live at 5.
Family members of a man shot and killed during a protest in Salt Lake City wants answers. Why they say the city is dragging its feet.
Police say officers shot a man after an encounter here this morning. What they say led up to the gunfire.
Speed skaters are training right now at Utah Olympic Oval here in Kearns, getting ready for the upcoming 2026 Winter Olympics. But now the rest of us can start training to take part in those games as well. I'll explain coming up.
Live and streaming. This is KSL News at 5.
Well, good evening. The family of a man shot and killed during a protest in Salt Lake City is now calling for accountability. Afa Alu died June 14th during a No Kings rally downtown.
And today his widow and her attorneys called for the city and prosecutors to get on the ball here. News specialist Daniel Woodruff joined us live with the details of this one. Daniel?
Well, the man's family says his death was the result of multiple failures, and now they're calling for change to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. 39-year-old Arthur Alu, known as Afa, was shot by a member of a so-called peacekeeping force during a No Kings rally back in June in Salt Lake City downtown. Authorities have not publicly identified the man that fired the shot yet, and he has not been arrested. But Alu's family and attorneys today called for him to be criminally charged. They also accused Salt Lake City of being uncooperative and not providing information about how this event was organized and whether it was known that there would be armed peacekeepers in the crowd.
Staying silent would be easier, but silence won't bring him back. And silence won't protect the next event from a similar incident or the next family from getting the kind of call that shattered my world and my kids' world. Everyone thinks a shooting won't affect them directly until it does.
Alu's family today said they plan to file a lawsuit soon against that peacekeeper who fired the shot. They also say they could add other defendants, including Salt Lake City, as things proceed. I reached out today to Salt Lake City, but officials there declined to comment. We also touched base with the Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office, who told us that they are still reviewing this case, and they do expect a decision sometime soon. Daniel Woodruff, Live at 5.
All right, Daniel, thank you for that update. And new at 5, a South Salt.
Afa always stood for those who needed justice the most, and now I stand for him on his behalf.
Tonight, a widow pleading for answers months after her husband was shot and killed at a protest in downtown Salt Lake City. Plus, opening up some of Utah's cold cases.
This should have been impossible. It should have been something that somebody knew about.
The answers police are still looking for more than a decade after an Ogden man vanished. And we are 100 days out from the next Winter Olympics. More on some of the athletes competing right now on KSL 5 News at 6.
Live and streaming. This is KSL News at 6.
Good evening. The family of a man shot and killed at a Salt Lake City protest plans to file a lawsuit more than 4 months after his death.
Afa Alu died at the No Kings rally back in June. News specialist Daniel Woodruff joins us live with what his loved ones are now calling for. Daniel?
Well, they want more urgency from Salt Lake City and from the prosecutor's office, as it has been more than 4 months since this happened, and to date, nobody has been held responsible.
Staying silent would be easier, but silence won't bring him back.
Laura Alu is grieving the loss of her husband, Afa, who took part in the No Kings protest in Salt Lake City June 14th and didn't come home.
Everyone thinks a shooting won't affect them directly until it does.
Afa Alu was shot and killed by a member of a so-called peacekeeping force who authorities have not identified, who claimed he was targeting another man nearby who had a rifle. That man with the rifle was initially arrested but later released. Nobody has been charged in Alu's death.
We've now passed 4 months without any clear accountability.
Attorney Richard Lambert says prosecutors are taking too long.
This is not a whodunit. We know who did it. We know who fired the fatal shot that took off his life.
Fellow attorney Jim McConkey also says Salt Lake City has been uncooperative in providing information about the protest and how an event permit was obtained.
Who was behind the permit, when and how it was determined armed security would be present, how well trained they should be.
Now the Alus say they plan to file a lawsuit, starting with the peacekeeper and possibly adding others as things proceed.
The sign he was peacefully holding that day read, "The world is watching." His reach was and still is worldwide, and the world is most certainly watching.
The Salt Lake County District Attorney released a statement today saying, in part, "We sympathize with the pain and loss suffered by the Alu family. We met with them early in the process and explained that this review would take time. We are carefully working through a complex and nuanced legal analysis. We expect to reach a decision soon." I did reach out today as well to officials here at Salt Lake City who declined to comment. Back to you.
All right, Daniel, thank you.
West Jordan police investigating a deadly